This is from the Bleacher Report. Contracts the Browns must consider cutting before the 2024 season. They go with Ogbo Okoronkwo. I can't see this one, but the Browns have just over $30 million committed to Garrett, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Okoronkwo next season. Okoronkwo's contract easiest to get rid of because he's the cheapest of the three deals. Salary cap casualty if the Browns can't restructure some deals to become more compliant. They can, so that's not going to happen. Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is scheduled to make $1.8 million in 2024, the final year of his rookie contract he signed with the Jets. Contract length could be the reason why the Browns let Moore go in the offseason. I don't see that one happening either. Jordan Akins has potential to opt out of his contract this offseason, would come with $315,000 in dead cap money. That would be cheaper than paying him $2.3 million in salary to be Njoku's backup, primarily help with the blocking in the running game. Yeah, Tim, I don't see any of those happening, especially Okoronkwo. I think they're thrilled with him. Guy played with a torn bicep to get back into the playoff game.
Yeah, and before he got injured, there was a lot to really love about him. He was a guy who was seen like he's an under the radar asset, but the Browns picked him up, and obviously he came out and performed the way he did. Again, 4.5 sacks last season. I can't imagine he's going anywhere, especially if the Browns aren't able to sign Zadarius Smith. Then you may have to move Okoronkwo into the starting lineup if you don't find a replacement for Zadarius Smith. Maybe you have a competition between Obo and Alex Wright for that number 2 spot at defensive end. But yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Even looking at his cap number is not very high for Okoronkwo in 2024. Looking at it right now, just a shade over $4 million. So that's not even a lot of cap room that he's taking up to begin with. And then you look at Elijah Moore. I mean, he's in the last year of his rookie deal. If you decide not to keep him after the season, so be it. But there's no reason to move on from a guy in a rookie deal who's just in the final year of a second round contract in Elijah Moore. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. I thought he was fine last season. I thought he got hurt by having 5 different quarterbacks starting games for the Browns over the course of the season, just not having the ability to build a lot of continuity. And I think ultimately the role he started the season in was different than the one he ended the season in. They took him away from being kind of the Deebo Samuel type player to a more conventional slot receiver. And I thought that was a smart decision on the Browns' part. Jordan Akins, it would really only make sense because, you have Harrison Bryant, who I believe is also a free agent at the end of this season, is also a free agent. So if you move on from Akins, then you only have really one tight end right now, David Njoku. And that could easily be replaceable. I mean, you could just draft the tight end. In day 3, they have 5 picks in day 3, 2 5th-round picks, and there's a tight end group where there's going to be a lot of guys available in day 3. Those guys usually slide. So, I mean, if you're really looking to pick up a cheaper tight end, maybe you do that. And I mean, you still keep Jordan Akins around because of the chemistry he has with Deshaun Watson. So you're right. I mean, none of those 3 seem like they'd be realistic cut choices, but of the 3, Akins is the only one that even feels moderately realistic to me.